had no other choice. How, like, they started having a bunch of problems in the relationship, but it wasn't strong enough to keep him. Did Chrisean Rock ever put black magic on Blueface? What's up, my beautiful soul family? How's everybody doing today? A lot of you guys were saying during my other video that Chrisean Rock put magic on Blueface, that she's also a practitioner of voodoo, that he's still under her influence. So that's what I thought we would explore today. Did Chrisean Rock put black magic on Blueface? Now, y'all know, of course, before I start this reading, I need to put out my disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video is just my interpretation of the cards. Nothing I state in this video has been proven to be fact as of now. So now that we done got that disclaimer out the way, let's get these cards shuffled and let's see if Chrisean Rock put a spell on Blueface. Let's pull the cards and let's see if we get the answers that we seek. You got the Moon card, which is a maybe. Let me see here. You got the Eight of Pentacles. You got the Knight of Wands in reversed. You got the Two of Pentacles. Let me pull the cards and then I could tell you guys. You know, I could really give you guys a good reading on what happened. Okay, so as I look over the cards, you got the Moon card that's talking about some kind of affair or some kind of deception that was going on. You got some kind. Then you got it next to the Eight of Pentacles, which is talking about career building, but it could also be talking about commitment and somebody that was non-committal and reckless. I don't feel like Blueface would have really committed to Chrisean Rock in normal circumstances. This is what I'm seeing in the cards. You know what I mean? That was hopeless. That was not going to be good. And that was the only way to move forward. Let me see. And then you got the Empress. That was the only way for growth, because she wouldn't have gotten what she wanted out of the situation anyway. You know what I mean? And it was her way of getting happy. She was out for money too. Like, Chrisean does love Blueface, but she was also, like, early on in the game, early on in her career. She has a troublesome spirit and personality. This is what I'm seeing in the cards. You got she felt like she ain't had no other choice. You know what I mean? Things would have turned around negatively for her if she didn't. I think he would have seen her ways quicker. He would have seen how manipulative and cunning she is quicker. You know what I mean? Something about the father card. Maybe her father was in on it. I don't know if her father introduced her to that kind of you know what I mean, practice or whatever the case may be. I'm seeing that she's a very immature water sign female, very immature. Wasn't going, ain't heading anywhere, and she does stuff. And she's very selfish, and she's very, like, all over the place mentally and emotionally. You know what I mean? I feel like she just she wanted to win him. She wanted to win or something like that. It's like she got this thing where she gotta be the, like, better than, not better than everybody. Let me not say that per se, but what she does got is that, like, she got this thing where she has to fight against everybody and think everybody's against her. You know what I mean? She worked hard at trying to have a new path or whatever, try to be good with Blueface. She wanted to be Blueface's wife. You know what I mean? This is what I'm seeing allegedly, but I feel like her agenda was eventually exposed, and that's what really turned. Or either her agenda was exposed or her personality was exposed. Something was exposed about her. Like, maybe he started seeing her for who she was, and he didn't want to deal with that and want to build a family with her after a while. Like, they started having a bunch of problems in the relationship. You know what I mean? She was blocking him from getting rich, and then he ended up going to jail. And she's very selfish and self-serving, and you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm seeing that there was some black magic used because she's a toxic person. This is kind of her way of getting her way. You know what I mean? And, you know, she's very cunning and sneaky. You know what I mean? She thinks, like, how could I say this? She needs mental help, and she thinks this is the way to, like, you know, to do things. Like, she has a warped sense of right and wrong of what I'm seeing in the cards. It's like she doesn't think anything she does is wrong. So maybe there was some black magic used. I'm seeing that. Feel like the cards is trying to point towards that. I feel like they were both having affairs. Her and Blueface was both talking to other people, both messing with other people. You know what I mean? There was a lot of lovers, and they fell out as lovers. You know what I mean? She refused to let him walk away from her. You know what I mean? She don't want to lose him because she's in competition with other females. She don't want to lose him to other females. That's how she feels now. I feel like she still kind of feels that way. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if this is how if this has something to do with him going to jail too, because he was trying to leave her, and then I'm seeing some kind of this is the some of the fights was because he was trying to leave her, and I feel like she wanted to stop his progress and wanted him to be under her control some kind of a way. So I'm feeling like there was some rituals that went on, you know what I mean, that's keeping him from prospering and almost ruined him. Like I feel like she's trying to use still trying to use magic to kind of unalive him, but it's not going to work. But it's maybe like near death stuff. You know what I mean? There's other people that's helping her do this. I don't know who these people are, but there is other people doing this because she feels like he should take care of her, and she's heartbroken that he'd rather go in another direction and he'd rather take care of another woman, or at least not take care of another woman, but he'd rather be with another woman. She feels like all the riches that he's earning should be hers, or else he shouldn't get it either. You know what I mean? This is what I'm seeing in the cards. So the last bit of cards is stating that let me see a decision of stability falling from grace. Then you got the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities. The Queen of Swords reverse, her being nasty and better and not trying to stop his expansion. I feel like she is trying to use magic to stop his expansion. He's trying to prosper. You know what I mean? She's trying to she's trying to cause his downfall. So I feel like maybe there is still some influence and stuff. She certainly has been wishing death on him. You know what I mean? Let's pull the Oracle cards and let's see what they got to say. As I look over the cards, I see that she's tried to do some pretty cunning things to Blueface and stuff like that. Her intention was to stay in control, to stay in power with Blueface. You know what I mean? So I do feel like there was a love spell that was done on him in the past or whatever, but it wasn't strong enough to keep him. I don't know how the magic failed, but it did. At least this is what Spirit is telling me. Um, She like there were things she wanted from him. You know, I feel like she just really wanted to keep him. I really feel like this obsession with him I'm getting from the cards. And I feel like, you know what I mean, but Blueface some kind of a way came through it. She was also trying to suck his energy as well. Um because she was impatient about getting there. I really think she felt like I mean not felt like I really do feel like her objective was to make him obsessed with her, but I don't know, for some reason she ended up obsessed with him. Maybe the spell backfired. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that there was an attempt to put that stuff on him. This is probably why Chrisean Rock is the one going through it and people are talking crap about her. Yeah, I feel like the spell kind of backfired and came back to her and she got messed up fortune because of it. From my understanding, you know what I mean, with magic, when you try to do harm to someone else, it comes back on you. And I feel like this is what happened with her. But she tried this. She tried to use magic on him. She tried to mess with him to make him obsessed with her. That was it was a love spell. This is what Spirit is telling me. It was a love spell. It didn't work, or at least it didn't work fully. For some reason, it didn't take on him, and it actually bounced back to her. So basically, to answer the original question, did Chrisean Rock put a spell on Blueface? It was a Spirit told me it was a love spell, and this is the reason why she's obsessed with him. Tell me what y'all think down below, though. Do y'all think there was a love spell? Do you think this is the reason Chrisean Rock is obsessed with Blueface? Do you think that Blueface has some kind of protection on him to guard against her love spell? Let me know. Thank you, my beautiful soul family, for tuning in. I will see you in the next reading. I love you, my babies. Have a good one.